Welcome. Namaste, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Christine. We are at Sun and Moon Yoga Studio in Arlington, Virginia. And tonight, this Wednesday, is the last of our summer session. But Wednesdays do not stop for your chances to meditate and to learn. We do have a long break. Next week, the studio is closed the week before Labor Day, but we open again the Tuesday after Labor Day. And that following Wednesday, our Annie Moyer is doing a special 7-week, a week of 7 Wednesdays, seven Wednesdays in a row, called The Story of Yoga. So she will teach about yoga philosophy, yoga history, some of the stories, different deities, just all the different elements, the 8 limbs of yoga. And then after that 7 weeks, we will return to this meditative practice. So in this slot at 7 o'clock on Wednesdays, when we start fall, we're doing 7 Wednesdays, Story of Yoga. It should be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. And then it's a nice roll in to continued seated meditation. So there are lots of ways to understand yoga and to understand meditation. And certainly one way is to think you got to go there to know there. You just try it, and it's your body that leads the way. Another legitimate way of understanding is through our intellect. And sometimes we have a cognitive idea of something that we haven't experienced yet, but because our intellect approaches it, for example, the history and the philosophy of yoga, we know that it's out there, we know that it is achievable, and then the practice can lead us, can lead us that way. So we have this ability to go with our bodies leading the way, and we can let our big brains lead the way. So it's a nice partnership, I think, between those two different things. So I thought what we would do tonight is check in a little bit, because we've had some interest in specific techniques that are helpful to train our bodies a little bit to cope with anxiety and stress. And I think most of us now, particularly post-COVID, are much more open talking about this even than before, because so many of us had this surprise of overwhelm and things that that we had never experienced before. Yes, she's saying like beating of the heart and temperature rising, and there are these physical attributes. Yes, and so we know that the human body is not designed to be in that elevated state all the time. The faster heart rate, blinking of the eyes, rising temperature, adrenaline, when those things rise, yes, oxygen going to the muscles, all of these things are supposed to be in response to a brief threat, right? The proverbial tiger jumping out, and we can run and get away, and then our system is designed to rest after that. But we can get stuck in some of the anxiety patterns, and muscle tension builds and the blood pressure can become dysregulated. So one fantastic reason to practice the meditation, if for no other reason, is to start to almost do like biofeedback and start to work with the breath, vector in to the nervous system, so that if there is anxiety, becoming aware of the breath becomes an anchor and a reminder and a way to start to move the nervous system into a more natural, if you will, because I think we're naturally meant to be more restful, to get us a break from from those pops of anxiety. One of the books that I think speaks to this really beautifully, this is probably going to show backward, is The Miracle of Mindfulness. Thich Nhat Hanh, who's a beloved teacher of Vietnamese Buddhist monk, that originally wrote this book as a letter to one of his colleagues during the 70s in Vietnam. And what it says in the book, the reason that he wrote the text to begin with was that he wished to remind his fellow monks of the essential discipline of following one's breath to nourish and maintain calm mindfulness, even in the midst of the most difficult circumstances. So for him in the 70s in Vietnam, they were dealing with war and the aftermath of war. Essentially, they wanted to know how to work, how to do the work that they felt called to do without being overwhelmed by anger and disillusion. Yes. So it doesn't always come out as being overwhelmed by anger. Sometimes we can be overwhelmed by disillusion or anxiety or just that feel of being frozen. Yes. So as we move into our meditation tonight, I would like to invite you to take particular time to arrange your hands. We've been talking about mudras a little and how important our hands can be. So if your hands are comfortable in Anjali Mudra, which is this prayer-shaped shape, it can come to the heart, right? It can be a little bit of an effort to hold this up while you're meditating, but sometimes that's part of what keeps you engaged. So if you like that sense of evenness and the word itself, Anjali Mudra, my understanding is that it means a little gift. I always imagine some little glow or some little gift that I'm holding near my heart, and just some gentle pressure at the heel of the hand and keeping the rest of the hand and shoulders really relaxed and letting, just letting, it depends on the shape of your chest, letting your thumbs rest at the heart. That's one centering and familiar mudra. Another one that I like when I'm feeling particularly anxious is called Adi Mudra, sometimes called the tortoise mudra. It's a little different. It's a two-handed mudra. And you take your thumb and you just put it in between the middle and ring finger and then wrap the fingers around. So you see your thumb is kind of poking up there in the middle, right? And it's not a clenched fist. It's sort of a light fist. If the thumb in that place isn't comfortable for you, you can just have the thumb on the inside like this, or even under the first finger, right? So any of those, you kind of, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You're kind of going with your instinct here. I really like this one. And just very lightly, very lightly, and the thumb is in. I like this way. And you could have this palms down on your thighs. You could have it resting on your heart. Also, you can take if you tuck the thumb inside, you can take the knuckles, the flat of your hand, and press it together and have that rest right in front of your solar plexus like this. So the shoulders are relaxed. And this kind of tucks right up under the rib cage. And those are some of the ones that I have used that I find particularly calming neurologically. And these mudras are based on thousands of years of many generations, many cultures of experience. So see how they feel in your body. Like we have our intellect and I can share and show you things and And that's like the classroom piece of it, but we won't know until we begin. So let's go ahead and let you feel comfortable in your seat. Yeah, wiggle in a little. So you feel the weight of your body nestle in and the way the earth will catch you. Clear the breath. And then check in with your hands. Let them feel comfortable and soft. Let your hands feel comfortable and soft. Relax the bone. Just the one time. I'll do it again at the end. Yeah. So we'll have some periods of guidance and also some periods of silence tonight. You're welcome to close your eyes. You could also leave your eyes half closed, almost all the way closed. Let the hands relax. Take your awareness into the hands. Feel the fingerprints. Notice the fabric, temperature, the shape and the volume of your hands. Can you feel in particular the thumbs and the pointer fingers? Mhm. Inside your mind's eye, go into the shape and the volume and the sensitivity of the middle finger, ring finger. What can you notice with the pinky finger? And the softness of the palm of the hand. Let the wrist relax. Feel the creases of your elbows. Just imagine that. You don't need to move. Let your mind, let your attention be inside your body. And simply listen to the sound of my voice. Take your awareness to where your biceps and your upper arms and your shoulders are. Relax them from the inside. Feel the weight and the volume from the inside of your shoulders, collarbones. Relax around the jaw. Breathe evenly and gently through the nose. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Relax the space between the brows. Imagine the muscles around your eyes. Let them go. Corners, beneath and behind the eyes. You might imagine the next inhale as if it comes up through your fingertips. Imagine that it rises into your arms, into the softness around your heart and neck. Exhale. Yes, ma'am. Just relax. No need to move. We're doing all of this from the inside. You can think of my words and the sound of my voice as a golden thread. Keep following it. And in the times of quiet, simply wait and listen. Wait and listen. Wait and listen. Breathe in, soft hands. Exhale, relaxed shoulders. Breathe in, soften the hands. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Continue with a sense of inner lift. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. You might give the mind the task of tracking 3 breath cycles this way. 3 times. Breathing in, I feel, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know, I feel, I am breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Notice where the mind has traveled. Return to your hands. Feel them from the inside. Relax the elbows. Release the shoulders. Feel the breath around the nose. Let it come into the belly. As we work with the sensations in the body, some are easier for us to approach, and some are more difficult for us to approach. If there is the feeling of a racing heart or rising temperature, a sense of tension in the muscle, in this time and space, we can practice noticing these things. The heart is beating. The temperature is rising. Don't be afraid to feel those things in this moment. Include in that sensation breathing in. I know I am breathing in. And breathing out. I know I am breathing out. Life can bring challenges. Everyone carries life on their shoulders. And as we come to the seat of meditation, we have the gift of parceling out and breaking down these sensations. If there is muscle tension, wrap it in your awareness. Let it float in your awareness. Let it float. If there is a quickly beating heart, you might choose a mudra that brings you groundedness. Maybe simply placing a hand over the heart and saying, breathing in, I know I am breathing in. And breathing out, I know I am breathing out. These conditions that arise in the body are not weaknesses or flaws. They are part of our human condition. So when they present themselves during these times of meditation, perhaps we are in a position to let them float in our awareness and to greet them with compassion. I am more than my anxiety. I am more than my fear. I am loving awareness. I am calm presence. Anxiety comes and it will go. and my kind presence will abide and continue. Breathing in and breathing out.
Do you know any healing person?
Let's reestablish, sit and breathe. This poem is called For Everyone Who Tried on the Slipper Before Cinderella. It's by Ariana Brown. For those making tea in the soft light of Saturday morning, in the peaceful kitchen, in the cool house, for those with shrunken hearts still trying to love, for those with large hearts trying to forget, for those with terrors they cannot name, upset stomachs, too tight pants, for those who get cut off in traffic, for those who spend all day making an elaborate meal that turns out mediocre, for those who could not leave even when they knew they had to, for those who never win the lottery or become famous, for those getting groceries on a Friday night. There is something you know about living that you guard with your life, your one fragile, wonderful life. Wonder, as in awe, as in, I had no idea I would be here now. For those who make plans and those who don't. For those driving across the country to a highway that knows them. For the routes we take in the dark, trusting for the roads, for the woods, for the dead humming in prayer, for an old record and a strong sun, for teeth bared to the wind, a pulse in the chest, a body giving love to itself. There is every reason to hate it here, but there is a list of things making it bearable. Your friend's shoulder, Texas barbecue, a new book, a loud song, a strong song, a highway that knows you, sweet tea, an orange cat, a helping hand, an unforgettable dinner, a laugh that escapes you and deflates you like a pink balloon left soft with room for goodness to take hold. For those who have looked in the mirror and begged, for those with weak knees and an attitude, for those called sensitive or too much, for those not called enough, for the times you needed and went without, for the photo of you as a child, quietly icing cupcakes, your hair a crackling thunderstorm. Love is coming. It's on its way. Look. Love is coming. It's on its way. Look, feel your hands, feel your breath. This body giving love to itself. For all the parts of us, for all the parts of us. We breathe in and we let it go. We accept the next breath. We let it go. Breathe and let it escape you, deflate you like a pink balloon with room for goodness to take hold. You won't hear the sound of my voice for 2 more minutes. And during that time, feel your hands. Become aware of your breath. Love is coming. It's on the way. Breathe. Take one or two more breaths here. Imprinting that sensation in your mind of the hands, softness around the belly, heart, the eyes. If you'd like to bring your hands in front of your heart and gently rub them together, you can create a little warmth. And then allow a hand to palm over each eye. Sometimes this is called palming for calming. Let the muscles relax. And then flutter the eyelashes open. You'll see little cracks of light. Continue breathing and let the hands float away. Thank you for your practice. May you be well. May all beings be well. Love is coming. It's on the way. Right here.